Prep and lock dust.
So no more step stool?
No more step stool. Easily trap and lock dust from hard-to-reach places with the Swiffer Duster. Love it or your money back.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy two. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Hey everybody, Dan Bickley here for Life Changer Loan, and in times of uncertainty, with a giant election looming, you can't afford to not be in control of your finances. Life Changer Loan will give you that control. You'll have the power to pay down, pay off, borrow back whenever you wish, and you will become instantly much more liquid by always having access to your equity. Find out more by calling 480-504-0844 or online at lifechangerloan.com.
Hi, this is Stuart Willis, President of Asset Preservation Wealth and Tax. A personal relationship with your financial advisor really matters. It's super important that you have the ability to talk about anything you need to with your advisor. So if you have been pushed off to a call center and you don't have a one-on-one relationship with your financial advisor, then reach out to us at assetpreservationwealth.com. That's assetpreservationwealth.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Foundations Investment Advisors, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
For the last 7 years, Revitalize has helped over 11,000 members lose weight and keep it off. Hey, it's Vince Marotta. I'm one of those 11,000. In 2018, I accomplished my weight loss goals with Revitalize after trying other methods that did not work for me. Not only did I reach my goal weight, I saw major improvement in my metabolic efficiency. Revitalize is the only program in the Valley that benchmarks, measures, and tracks your actual metabolic improvement, so you get to see that side of things on your weight loss journey as well. With Revitalize, you're not held down by strict calorie restrictions, hunger, or low energy. Boils down to this: if you follow your customized plan, you will get results. In fact, they'll stand by it with a money-back guarantee. To celebrate their 8th year in the Valley, Revitalize is waiving the initial consultation fee, and you'll get your first 2 months of coaching absolutely free. But move quickly, this offer is only good during the month of October. And join the Bickley and Marotta revolution with Revitalize. Schedule your consultation today at 480-701-8133 or online at revitalizeweightloss.com.
My values have not changed. I will not ban fracking.
Roll the tape.
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. Access to health care should be a right.
Roll the tape.
So for people out there who like their insurance, they don't get to keep it?
Let's eliminate all of that.
She was big on defund the police.
Roll the tape.
Defund the police. We need to reimagine how we are creating safety.
I would enforce our laws with people who cross our border.
Roll the tape.
An undocumented immigrant is not a criminal.
Guilty. Fight for America is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I'm Jesse Morrison with the latest from the Arizona Sports Desk, presented by Parker & Sons, heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. NFL Network's Mike Garafolo reports that Cardinals guard Will Hernandez suffered a season-ending knee injury yesterday against the 49ers. The Cardinals are now down 2 starting offensive linemen, with Jonah Williams also out for the foreseeable future. After his 186-yard performance against Kansas, ASU running back Cam Scatteraboo has been named Big 12 Co-Offensive Player of the Week. Quarterback Sam Levitt was named Newcomer of the Week, and U of A kicker Tyler Loop was named Special Teams Player of the Week. And the Phoenix Suns got their preseason underway yesterday with a 118-114 comeback win over the Los Angeles Lakers. Josh Okogie led the Suns with 15 points, while Devin Booker and rookie Oso Ighodaro each had 12. The latest is brought to you by Right Way Roofing. There's only one way, that's the right way.
Are you ready? Hey, are you ready for this? Are you hanging on the edge of your seat? I need a break. Are you ready? Hey.
Markus Golden, fondly known by his former teammates as Junk.
Sacked by Golden.
Because he played the game like a junkyard dog.
I'm hunting every play.
The recently retired Cardinals, Giants, Steelers, Mizzou linebacker is in the studio to talk NFL with Wolf and Luke.
Pass rushing is bloody, man. You got to get out there and just go hard.
Oh, my goodness, awesome. That is so good, Mel. Well done.
I don't know
well done, Command and Control.
How she threw that together that quickly, but here we are. That sounds great. Markus Golden is here in studio for the next hour. Yes. It's already a great day to talk football, but now it's even better. Markus, thanks for coming in.
Hey, thanks a lot for having me. What an intro it was. I love that intro. I'm going to have to get a copy of that.
You're going to have to get a copy of that,
when I wake up in the
buddy.
morning and get some motivation, but that was nice.
And you know what else, too? You're going to have to come back, Lord willing. All right? You're going to have to come back, man.
We'd love to. We'd love
to.
All right, now you have an intro. Now you
That's right. You got your own intro.
Let's make it happen, baby. Love sitting here talking to you. Thanks for having me today.
How you been?
I've been good, man.
Yeah?
I've been good. Me and Wolf were just talking. We talking about building that retirement routine. So that's what I've been doing, just focusing on the routine of retirement, man, and of course watching some Arizona Cardinals football.
Yeah.
So you miss the routine though a little bit, right?
Yes.
Do you miss the routine? Because I know that, man, it took me. I'm going to be honest. It took me years to get used to, the ebb and flow of life without football. And you know what? I know what I do on a Monday, and I know what I do on a Tuesday, especially during the season. I love the routine of it all. Yes. Are you missing any of that?
Yes, of course, man. I'd be lying to say I don't miss it at all, man. Just playing football your whole life, and not just through the NFL, just from high school, Little League. You can go back every part of that of the year. You knew what you was going to be doing, playing football, practicing, and getting ready for a game. So now when you get this older, you'll be able to just sit back and realize where you came from, and you appreciate it. But like you said, man, you got to work on that routine, and that's what I've been doing, and that's what it's been going good for me.
Is it ever tough to watch? I mean, because you're like fresh out of the league. I would think if I was ever in that spot, I'd be like, this is kind of tough to watch these games because I could probably still make some plays out here if I wanted to.
Yeah, you're probably about 1 minute going into the game, kickoff. By that second drive, you get to hearing those pads pop. You like, hey, all right, they can have it. I ain't trying to go out there and hit no more. So, man, of course, you're going to miss it. When you love something and you play it your whole life, you're going to miss it. But it's the time where you got to move on, and I'm happy I'm moving on right now.
Okay, what are you going to miss the most? I'm going to ask you this right now. I think I asked you before, but I'll ask you again. What are you going to miss the most?
Of course, it's a lot you're going to miss no matter what it is. But if you had to tie one thing, the guys, man, being around the guys in the locker room, coming in every morning,
being
talking,
part
having
of
a good conversation, being part of a team. And, of course, after that, the fans. Ain't nothing like Sundays. Ain't nothing like Mondays if you're playing Monday night or Thursday night. When you go out there, you see those fans cheering and yelling. That's something you're going to miss forever.
When you look at that game yesterday, to go into San Francisco to beat the 49ers, it didn't look good at halftime. It probably didn't look great going into the game even. From your experience playing, like, what does that do for a team if you go on the road like that and pull that off against a team like that?
Oh, that's big. That's big time, especially the way we played and especially how we came out and fought in the second half, man. That's big time. And to be the rival to 49ers, to go out there to San Fran and come out with the win and offense come in and step it up like they did in the second half. Of course, defense, man, you got to give a major shout-out to those guys, and they coming together. But that's a lot of confidence, a big confidence boosters going into the rest of the season. Next week, of course, 1 week at a time, but having a win like that can help for the rest of the season.
Junk, how much have you been able to actually watch at the Arizona Cardinals? Have you been able to watch their games?
Yes, I didn't watch every game except for the one when I went the first game of the season because I was at the game and I was busy doing some stuff. Oh,
that's right, yes.
But other than that, man, it's easy. That's why I say, like, being retired now, you get to watch the game different now. You just watch it as a fan. So I'm able to watch any chance I can turn the Cardinal game on, I'm going to make sure I watch it.
So what are your thoughts right now when you look at the Arizona Cardinals?
I think, man, we get it. We building it up. We building it up. K1, I think K1 is back, man. He's showing each week what he can do and putting it all together, man. And the guys are rallying behind him and helping him out. James, you got to give a big shout out to James, man. The way he playing, man, I love him as a teammate. One of my favorite, best teammates I ever played with. But as a football player, and like you say, you know, they say running backs get old and all that, but man, he's showing the older he get that he can play. And we all coming together, man. The defense coming together, pulling through, and I think if we keep it up, we'll be able to keep it going.
Did you have places on the road like San Francisco maybe where you're playing there every year? You're playing in Seattle, you're playing the Rams wherever they were at that point in LA, St. Louis when they're bouncing around, but you're playing in LA, San Francisco, and Seattle every year, so you kind of know what to expect, right?
Yes, you know what to expect. When you go to those type of games, division games, those teams going to be rowdy, the fans going to be acting crazy up there, and you know most likely it's going to go all the way to the fourth quarter. So that's what I liked about yesterday. The start wasn't all of that at first, but to come out that second half and finish, that showed the mentality of the team.
You know, for me right now, I love this game for the Arizona Cardinals because JG is going to be able to get up in front of the team and be able to say, look what we're capable of. Do you see this? You're going to be able to watch the tape together, knowing you accomplished something really, really big. Early in the season, granted, but it's still really, really big. And the fact that JG can get up in front of the team, and I know you know this, Marcus, but the fact he can get up in front of a team and say, do you see what we're capable of when we play and we do it the right way? This is what we're capable.
Yes.
I mean, that's just so big for the confidence of a team.
Yes, and that's what I want to go into when you asked me the question at first. Confidence, man, that's just a big confidence booster to come in and win a game like that. And like I said, I keep saying it, but the 49ers to go out there and win that type of game, that's big time. And JG, man, he did a hell of a job coaching the guys and getting the guys together. But when you, we can sit here and talk about it all day. Oh, we can do this or we could have did this. But when you go out there and prove it to yourself, and like you said, coach can get up in front of everybody and say, look what we did, it's the difference. It means a lot different, and it shows the guys, hey man, we ain't just talking about it. We can get out here and do it too.
Especially when it's, I would assume when it's a coach like these guys have followed JG since he got here pretty well. I would say they've bought in. But it's only his fifth game of his second year, you know? So for him to be able to say, like, hey, look, everything I've been saying, look how it just paid off in a pretty wild game, too.
Yes, that was a wild game. And like we keep saying, JG, since he's been here, you can tell the guys are rallying behind him. I like what he's doing up here. And he winning games like that, and that keep building his resume and make the guys respect him even more. So I'm excited. Just, of course, 1 week at a time, but I'm excited what this win going to be able to do for us for the rest of the season.
You know, I'm thinking of BA. And the mentality of BA.
Yes.
Okay. Do you see any comparisons whatsoever? Tell me this, what was BA like in terms of the culture that he was going to set?
One thing always, so this is what we got to remember. It's the NFL, a bunch of grown men, as you know, Wolf. And, man, you can't go in there acting fake because guys going to be able to see right through it, and you ain't going to be able to be the coach you want to be if you fake. And B.A., man, he was himself all the way. He came in, told it how it is, however he felt he was going to let you know. And that's what most of the guys in the NFL, we tough guys, and we compete. So we want to hear that. We want to be told exactly what you got to do. And I see a lot of that in JG. And I see from watching the defense play, because I lock in when the defense come on, man, them guys are flying around out there, man, and making big plays. And that got a lot to do with how you coach. And it's transitioning on the field for those guys for sure.
When you get a win like that as a team, what's the Monday like the next day, or Tuesday, I guess, if it was Monday Night Football?
Probably with BA, you get the day off, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. BA was big on that, too, now.
Yeah. You have a big win like that, he let you go hang out with your family. But, of course, man, a big win like that, if you come in there, everybody's going to be a good day, going to see a lot of smiles. Coach, he ain't going to be yelling as much as he would after a loss. So, with a game like that, man, you want to come in. You excited to come in, get your body right, and get ready for the next week.
Yeah. You know, not to make this all about BA, but I also loved his coaching style in regard to he would yell at the best of the best.
Yes,
he would get after you, right, Marcus?
Yes.
I mean, it wasn't just, guys that were on the border. It was guys that were studs inside the locker room, and he used to get after them.
Yes, no matter if you was the top guy on the team or on the practice squad, anything, man, he treated everybody the same. And like I said, and that go back to how he coached, man. Guys see through that. So if I see you gonna talk to one of the greatest players to ever come and to play in the NFL, Larry Fitzgerald, then I know I better get in line and make sure I'm doing my part the right way. And that's why I always respect BA, man. He's always like that. And like you said, I see a lot of that in JG, because that's like a lot of his guys, man, are playing hard for him, and that's what I judge a coach off of.
All right, Markus Golden's going to stick around here for a few more segments. When we come back, the Cardinals defense forced 3 turnovers, shut out the Niners in the second half. So what did that just show everybody yesterday? Markus Golden will stick around. It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Burns and Gambo, afternoons.
The managing general partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks, Ken Kendrick, kind enough to join us.
Jordan Montgomery was $25 million, and he pitched to an ERA well over 6 and got demoted to the bullpen. How disappointed are you in that signing?
Let me say it the best way I can say it. If anyone wants to blame anyone for Jordan Montgomery being a Diamondback, you're talking to the guy that should be blamed. Because I brought it to their attention. I pushed for it. They agreed to it. It wasn't in our game plan. You know when he was signed right at the end of spring training, and looking back in hindsight, a horrible decision.
Burns and Gambo, afternoons 2 till 6 on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Luke Lipinski back to tell you about Fairway. If you're buying a home, well, first of all, visit home.com. You need to be able to trust the people doing your mortgage so you can focus on everything else, and that's where Fairway comes in. Their loan officers are absolutely relentless when it comes to unearthing the very best rates and options for you. The Fairway team puts you at ease. They guide you through the application, closing, and beyond with some of the fastest turnaround times in the entire industry. And what's cool is even with that speed, they still offer highly personalized service. Their key core values of being kind, humble, giving 100% every day, those define how their team members, customers, and communities are treated. So it all works out really pretty well for everybody. If you add it all up, it's easy to see why Fairway was named #1 in customer satisfaction among mortgage originators by J.D. Power. So visit home.com to get started. Fairway. Choose the fair way to secure a mortgage at home.com. That's HOME.com. For J.D. Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Company NMLS number 2289. This is not an offer to enter into an agreement. Not all customers will qualify. Equal housing opportunity.
Is thinning hair or a receding hairline making you self-conscious? Try Hair Grow from New Nordic. Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair and start feeling your best with Hair Grow. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com.
Exciting news from the Window Depot. Their brand new location is now open near Cave Creek and Bell Road. Discover the largest selection of vinyl windows, doors, cabinets, skylights, countertops, and more. Planning a remodel? Their experts are here to make your vision a reality with exclusive special order options and a wide selection of in-stock inventory available to go home today. For the best price and the biggest inventory, visit one of their 3 Valley locations or shop online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
Charlie Kirk here. Did you know that almost 35% of men are not registered to vote or just do not vote? Men must get out and lead their families to vote. Register today by going to tpaction.com/vote. Arizona has never depended on you more. Vote Trump to keep taxes and crime low in Arizona. tpaction.com/vote to register yourself and your family. Don't forget to vote.
Paid for by Turning Point PAC. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
Are you considering GLP-1 medications like semaglutide for weight loss? Well, if so, there's something you should know. In FDA trials, patients lost 13% of their body weight, but it took them 16 months with the medication alone. Now, what if you could speed things up? Introducing the GLP Elite program from Red Mountain Weight Loss. We help speed your progress with a personalized meal plan and solutions to reduce side effects. For just $99 plus the cost of your meds, you could lose up to 15 pounds every month. And our expert clinical team tracks your progress every step of the way. For over 30 years, Red Mountain has been the trusted leader in medical weight loss, offering quality medications tested in an FDA-approved lab, so you can trust what's inside. Don't wait 16 months. Supercharge your weight loss for just $99 a month with GLP Elite, exclusively at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Hi, folks. Brandon Webb here. You may be hearing a lot about why refi, or even know someone who's already invested. But what makes YRefi so different from other investments? Well, YRefi offers a secure, collateralized portfolio with a strong, fixed rate of return, up to 10.25%. That's right, you heard it, 10.25%. And with YRefi, the good news keeps coming. There is no attack on your principal if you ever need your money back, and you are in control. You can let your investment compound daily or take income, whatever you choose. There are absolutely no fees, and an investment in YRefi is an investment in America's future. Folks all over the country are earning a strong, fixed rate of return with YRefi, and they don't care what happens with the stock market or the Fed. Just call 877-80-INVEST. That's 80Invest, or log on to investyrefy.com. That's invest, the letter Y, then REFY.com. And make sure to tell them Brandon Webb sent you.
Are you ready? Hey, are you ready for this? Are you hanging on the edge of your seat? I need a break. Are you ready? Hey.
Markus Golden, fondly known by his former teammates as Junk.
Sacked by Golden.
Because he played the game like a junkyard dog.
I'm hunting every play.
The recently retired Cardinals, Giants, Steelers, Mizzou linebacker is in the studio to talk NFL with Wolf and Luke.
Pass rushing is bloody, man. You got to get out there and just go hard.
Yeah, Markus Golden is here. Perfect timing following yesterday's 24-23 win in San Francisco. Markus, you've played on some really good defenses. You've made some huge defensive plays. When you're watching the defense specifically yesterday, what are you thinking?
Oh, man, finish, man. Just watching those guys fly around every play. They play every play 100%. And that's what I really take a look at. Of course, my guy Dennis Gardak, Buda Baker. You got White out there, Wilson, man. Like Wilson game a lot. He lined up all over the place, man. And he was able to come up with the pick.
Yeah.
And after getting one took a couple weeks ago, so I feel like he got one back for us. But, man, they've been playing good. And you can tell that they're a group that play together, and a smart group.
So talk to me about the Barbarian, Dennis Gardak.
Yes.
Talk to me about him, because you guys, you are really tight, aren't you?
Yes, man. That's my brother, Dennis. I love him, man. Great friend, great brother, just all around great person, man. And one of my favorite teammates of all time.
Yeah, he says the exact same thing about you as well. Talk to me about Buda Baker and the impact he has on everyone else inside that locker room.
Oh, man, Buda Baker is real with him. What you see is what you get. He comes in. Since his rookie year coming to Arizona, he been like that, ready to work, ready to do anything he can do to help the team win. And that's why I love playing with him. He like a safety, but like a middle linebacker out there, man. He's all over the field, and he's a great leader, man. In his play, the way he talks some stuff, but he get out there and he play it and he backs it up, man. So I got respect for him.
You know, for me, Junk, I just love watching him play, because watching Buda Baker play, he's typically the smallest guy on the field.
Yes.
Right? Typically the smallest guy on the field. He's not the fastest guy. He's not the biggest guy. He's not the strongest guy. He just goes out and busts it up on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I love that about Buda Baker, because he challenges you as a man.
Yes.
Does he not?
Yes,
And it doesn't matter if it's your team or the other team.
Yeah.
You watch Buda play, and you're like, dude, if he's doing that, why aren't you?
Exactly. Yes. And like you said, man, he might be one of the smallest guys on the field, but, man, if we could measure hearts, I bet he'd have one of the biggest hearts on that field.
Big time.
Because when he step on the field, man, he's ready. And we watch him play, and we see, like, man, how is he flying around like that? But if you play with him, man, you will see he always got that iPad with him, always film study. So I feel like they help him, but be able to play probably a little faster than the normal guy play, because he keep an iPad. You be in the hot tub, cold tub early in the morning, he in there with his iPad. So that's how he putting the work in. That's how he able to get out there and fly around.
And you love that, putting the work in.
Yes, man. That's what it's about.
That's what it is,
because it usually pay off if you do that, man. And then Buda, he's that. That guy comes in every day, works, and even though he little, man, he get out there and be one of the biggest players on the field by the way he play.
Did he ever surprise you guys? I mean, like, you knew he was prepared. You know he's going to make plays, but were there ever times when you're playing, you're like, wait, how did he get into this tackle? Like, he's supposed to be on the other side of the field, and all of a sudden he's in here.
Yeah, man. I wouldn't say surprised, because after a while, you get in there and you watch tape with guys, and you going over stuff with guys, and you like, dang, Buda always by the ball. Or you in practice, like, Buda always being extra, trying to get the ball out extra. So by the time he get to the game and he making those plays, you like, oh, yeah, he did that in practice.
Yeah.
So one of the big things the Arizona Cardinals did yesterday in regard to the 49ers game, of course, is they kept them out of the end zone. 1 of 6 in the red zone for the 49ers. Stop and think about that for a minute.
Yeah.
1 of 6. In your experience, what makes a good red zone defense?
I say toughness, and of course you got to have great coaching. You need those plays to be able to call, but it's like, hey, y'all not getting past this line. You're not getting in here to get this touchdown, and that's what I seen from the guys yesterday. A lot of toughness, a lot of confidence playing together, and just that mentality of, hey, we're not letting you get in here.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to kick a field goal or you're gonna take 0, and that's the mentality the guys was playing with yesterday, and I could tell just from watching the game on TV.
You'd always love to be able to force a turnover, and they probably don't win if they don't force 3 turnovers in the second half yesterday, but you can't like count on that either as a team. So what's the mentality when you have to stop them, but you're also trying to get the ball back for your offense, too, maybe a little bit faster than usual.
Yes, like you already know, takeaways win games, man. Yep. And you don't want to give a team a bunch of yards and get takeaways and say you won just like that, but takeaways win games. And if I can get an interception and get my team closer to the goal line, closer to the end zone to score a touchdown, and that's going to be able to win. That's always been the game. And if you can get the most takeaways, usually your team going to win.
What do you think of some of the edge players? Dennis Gardeck, we already talked about him, but if you watch the edge for the Arizona Cardinals, what are your thoughts?
Watching, of course, man, I know all those guys. You got Jesse. I was happy to see Jesse come in yesterday. Yeah. Oh, man, he came in, made some big plays.
Huge plays. Script that ball.
Yes, and you got Dennis. Dennis, man, I feel like Dennis, if he get a real shot, I feel like he can get double-digit sacks, man. And I really say that about him because I played with him so long. I watched the work he put in every day. We ain't got no big name. You don't have big name guys, and at certain points of the game, watching the game, you can tell that we need to get some more pressure out there, of course. But I like the way Coach draw it up, and it seems like when you needed pressure, the times we needed pressure, he was able to get JT in there and blitz and make a big play.
That's right.
And, of course, you want to create havoc up front. And Darius Robinson, we get him back, he'll be able to help with pass rush. But at certain times of the game, yes, you feel like we can bring more pass rush, but you can tell the guys working and trying to make it and get it done.
You mentioned Mack Wilson. What do you think of him and Kaiser White on this defense right now, the way they play off each other?
Oh, man, they standing out. They playing great off each other, bringing great energy. White, man, seems like a great leader. You can tell he know what he's doing out there, getting guys in the right spot, and also out there making plays, got to pick himself. And also Wilson, man, just watch him. I always be like, where number 2 at? Looking for a jersey out there. I like his game a lot, man. I knew a little bit about him, but now he's showing everybody, man, that he can play linebacker at a high level in this league, and even him coming off the edge is pretty good. I like seeing that too.
I was just going to ask you about that.
I like seeing
what
that.
do you see from Mack Wilson Sr. coming off the edge?
Yes, he's bringing it. He's bringing it off the edge. He's taking on blocks. I saw him take on a pull a couple weeks ago. Man, the guy is just an all-around athlete. He's covering guys. I like his game a lot, man.
And he's got that mentality too, doesn't he?
Yes, he got that dog mentality. Yes, he's flying all around getting TFLs, man, and you can just tell from watching him he loved the game, man, and that excitement he played with, that passes around on the team.
It seems like he was good with New England, but it seemed like he's kind of using this as like a launching pad of like kind of a fresh start, and he came in with the mentality of this was going to be a big year for him. And I know it's early, but it already has been a big year for him.
Yes. Like we say, you want to start fast and finish fast. If you can do that, usually you're going to have a great season, and his start is looking real good this year. And of course, he's making plays to help the team win, so that's even better. He can keep that up. I feel like he's going to help us out a lot. Yeah. Get that ball over to Kyle, and Kyle can put it in the end zone.
Yeah. Junk, theoretically, how important is it that a defense have an identity? I mean, do you think you have to have an identity to be a good defense, or how important is it?
I say it's real important because you got to know who you are. You got to know what you stand for and what your plans is. Go out there and play, and they give everybody on the defense to know, hey, man, this is the standard. This is what we're doing, and, hey, if you don't do it, we don't like that. So that's real important. And like I said, when I watch those guys, man, they out there flying around, playing hard, and just got that never give up mentality. And when you play like that, it's going to always give your team a shot to win. We might not have big names up front and all of that, but you got a guy like Dennis Gardeck who you know going to give 100%. A guy like Jesse, if I'm not mistaken, I've been watching. He hasn't been playing much.
He hasn't.
His number gets called. He come out and make a big-time play to help the team win. And that when you got a team like that, man, they say the standard is high around there, man, and those guys living up to it right now.
What's that feeling like when you're, as a defense, you're forcing turnovers? Like, you could tell that game was swinging yesterday in the second half. You go out there and force turnover, and then you're on the sidelines, you're watching the offense, but like when you can feel the whole game kind of shifting like that.
Oh, yeah, when you can feel it, man. When you see the defense steady making plays, guys running around celebrating, and vice versa. When Kyler threw the interception to Bose, I kind of felt the swing. Yeah. But I saw the defense get out there, not give up, and still compete. Even after that drive and after that happened, and Kyler come back even harder. So you can just the momentum switches all through the game, and you can kind of read it. But it's like, man, you can tell the defense was not going to stop fighting no matter what. And, of course, Kyler came out there and did his thing too.
Absolutely. How important is leadership to you? Once again, now this is something that is big picture stuff, but how important is leadership to you?
I feel like it's important. Of course, this the NFL, man. You're a grown man. We all got families we got to take care of. So I feel like you shouldn't come in here and if a guy not leading, that should stop you from doing your job or what you got to do. But
bingo.
Yes,
sounds like Wolf.
Yes, but of course you want guys. You want to be able to know that you got some guys on here that guys can look up to because some guys need that, man. Guys that coming in every day, putting that work
That's
in.
right.
Usually guys come up and follow that. So you need leaders, but at the end of the day, we all grown men. We got to come out here and do our job.
Yep. Well said. Well said. And it worked yesterday, obviously. James Conner was a monster in the second half of that game. How much does a guy running through people with the game on the line rally an entire team? We're going to ask Markus Golden. He's going to stick around next. It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Think there's a deeper metaphor there? Run through a face. Then you don't have to worry about them no more.
Protect the nest, Bird Gang.
Touchdown!
Win tickets to a Cardinals home game this season from the home of Arizona Cardinals football. Arizona Sports. Text NEST to 620-620.
He's in! Touchdown!
Protect the nest. Brought to you by BetMGM. Text NEST to 620-620 and enter to win now. Message and data rates may apply.
All right, Basinonians. Ron Wolfley here from my brothers over at All Pro Shade Concepts. Go to allproshade.com for more information. You're going to find out they are the best in the business, of course, and we all know football season. It is here, and it has been here for a while, and that means the fall. It's beautiful. Maybe it's time for you to upgrade your outdoor space with a custom-fit awning from All Pro Shade Concepts. Hundreds of designs. They've got motorized options as well. That's right. You don't have to just crank them down, even though that's what we got because we thought it was really convenient. Yes, you can push the button. You can get those motorized options. And then there's LED lighting as well. They're roll-down shades. They're going to keep your patio cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter with a touch of a button. You're going to be able to control the amount of sunlight you experience. You control your environment. And if you get with them, they'll give you a free home estimate right now. Go to allproshade.com. The best in the business.
Discover Mo Money Pawn, Arizona's premier upscale pawn shop. Not your average pawn. We offer MMP guns for all your firearm and ammo needs. Plus MMP jewelry with a stunning selection of rings, diamonds, chains, and watches. As Arizona's largest buyer and seller of sports memorabilia, whether you're buying or selling, Mo Money Pawn has what you need. Come visit our brand new state-of-the-art location on 12th Street in Indian School or online at momoneypawn.com. Mo Money Pawn, Arizona's largest pawn shop.
Hey everybody, Dan Bickley here with great news. You don't have to keep living with that awful joint pain, and that's because real, lasting relief is possible with help from QC Kinetics. They are the nation's leader in cellular therapies that can revitalize your joints, and they are helping people get their lives back. And I am talking about advanced regenerative medicine using your own body's healing properties that are highly concentrated and carefully placed in your achy joints. These are cutting-edge treatments that require no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. These protocols have been developed by medical professionals under the leadership of Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, a former orthopedic surgeon and a pioneer in clinical regenerative medicine. You owe it to yourself to learn more. Call QC Kinetics for a free consultation. You can find them in Phoenix, Scottsdale, Peoria, and Chandler, and you can reach them at 602-837-PAIN. That's 602-837-PAIN.
If you're suffering from stabbing pain, numbness, tingling, or burning in your arms, legs, hands, or feet, you may be experiencing peripheral neuropathy. If you or a loved one is suffering from neuropathy and has been prescribed a medication like Lyrica, Neurontin, or Cymbalta, there is an alternative. Amazing research has now shown that neuropathy symptoms can be reversed in as little as 1 week. At Restore Wellness, highly trained doctors are using a cutting-edge treatment and successfully slowing and often reversing the disease without addictive medications. If you're tired of living in pain, then call 480-447-9555. That's 480-447-9555. There's no surgery or prescription drugs. Don't wait to get relief. Call 480-447-9555. The first 25 callers will receive a full exam and in-depth consultation, absolutely free.
Morris Hall Estate Planning presents Young minds, big questions.
You think you're a lot smarter than I am?
Do you know how to multiply?
Yes.
Then you're smarter than me.
No, you know what I know about? Estate planning.
I know what estate is. Delaware, where my grandma lives. Estate planning is like preparing for the future. It's like making a promise with your family members.
Yeah, it is. So do you know what we call it when we do estate planning for somebody? It's called a trust.
They're like documents, so they could give their assets to their kids.
You have your home, you have your money, you have other things. You don't want all that gone.
It's a lot of stuff.
So what do you think about estate planning?
I think it's pretty cool. If you want to preserve your legacy, come visit our friends at Morris Hall. I'm proud to be part of the Morris Hall family.
Bring us your big questions. For a complimentary consultation, please visit us at morristrust.com. That's morristrust.com.
KMVP FM Phoenix. Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
On the Arizona Sports app and on 98.7.
I'm Jesse Morrison with the latest from the Arizona Sports Desk, presented by Parker & Sons, heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. NFL Network's Mike Garafolo reports that Cardinals guard Will Hernandez suffered a season-ending knee injury yesterday against the 49ers. The Cardinals are now down 2 starting offensive linemen, with Jonah Williams also out for the foreseeable future. After his 186-yard performance against Kansas, ASU running back Cam Skattebo has been named Big 12 Co-Offensive Player of the Week. Quarterback Sam Levitt was named Newcomer of the Week, and U of A kicker Tyler Loop was named Special Teams Player of the Week. And the Phoenix Suns got their preseason underway yesterday with a 118-114 comeback win over the Los Angeles Lakers. Josh Okogie led the Suns with 15 points, while Devin Booker and rookie Oso Ighodaro each had 12. The latest is brought to you by Asset Preservation Wealth and Tax, helping you live the best retirement you can imagine. Claim your free portfolio review at assetpreservationwealth.com.
I need a break.
Markus Golden, fondly known by his former teammates as Junk.
Sacked by Golden.
Because he played the game like a junkyard dog.
I'm hunting every play.
The recently retired Cardinals, Giants, Steelers, Mizzou linebacker is in the studio to talk NFL with Wolf and Luke.
I always had to go hard, man, so it's just something I'm used to. That's just how I play the game.
Dog!
Yeah.
He's
with
here.
a capital D, bruh.
It's already the final hour of the show somehow, Wolf. Live from the Auction Community Studios.
Just flying by, isn't it?
A lot more enjoyable after a win like that yesterday than it is after a loss to the Commanders.
Yeah.
It feels like that was a year ago. Yeah. Markus Golden is here. And, Marcus, I want to talk a little offense. And we kind of touched on James Conner's impact earlier, but we could really get into it now, because the second half of that game yesterday, I was telling Wolf this earlier, it felt like every time he got the ball, he was hit. And then every yard was a yard after carry, but he was getting like 7 or 8 yards per carry.
Yes, man. I just watching the game, I was excited. Just energy was high just watching him run through guys. And one thing about James, man, you might come hit him the first drive, but that second and third and fourth drive, when he come and he's still running the same, it's like, wow, man, I got to tackle this guy like this all game. And most guys can't do that, man. And he's really that type of running back, old school, downhill. But the thing about him, he got some speed and he got some agility to shake guys and get extra yards like he proved yesterday.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, Junk, you were putting it on him, though. Yeah. I'm just saying right now, right?
Yeah, I
you
would
were
have
going to keep doing it. I know it.
Man.
Yep. I know. It wouldn't have been easy.
It wouldn't have been easy at all.
But you would have had to.
Yes, I played him before, man, and even playing him before, that guy's run hard.
Talk to me a little bit about what you see in the National Football League, period, in terms of the running game. Is it coming back?
Yes, I wouldn't say not really, because you got all these high caliber quarterbacks who getting paid a lot of money, man. So when you get those guys that type of money, draft them high, you want to get them the chance to go out there and throw the ball downfield. But you seeing it a little bit with James and a couple guys, Steelers running back out there. But you seeing it a little bit, but I don't think it'll ever be back how it used to be.
Yeah.
Wolf talks about this a lot, and it makes a lot of sense. But if you can run through a team the way the Cardinals did in the second half, and it really was just James Conner. I mean, he ended up with 7 carries, but nobody else, no running backs had a carry for the Cardinals except James Conner.
Yes, I saw that.
If you can do that to a defense, what does that do not only to the defense, but like to your team if you're the defense on the sideline watching?
Man, that's if you for the team, if you are offense and you just giving the ball to your running back and watching them run down the defense and nobody can stop them, your confidence is boosted high because now we can go play action and open it up real quick and the defense going to be nervous. And if you're on the defensive side of the ball watching that, you like, hey, I'm not going to let their offense do that to us, man.
Yeah.
And of course, man, you ready to go out there and play even harder for your offense. And you showing you like, oh, the offense out there showing they some dogs. We want to get out there and show we some dogs too. But to watch that yesterday and they put it together, yes. So to watch the whole team, you can tell offense and defense side of the ball, man, we got some dogs on the field.
Yeah, we got some dogs. There's no doubt about that. But let me ask you, the biggest dog of all is a fullback, correct?
Yes. Oh, man. Oh, man.
I set him up on that one right there. Right, that's right. No, man, a dog. You know, some teams, they still have a fullback. Half the league, basically, still has a fullback. Your thoughts on a team with a fullback, and why do some teams still have it?
Yes, man. I feel like you need those type of guys, to fullback, to come in. And most of the time, to be honest, those usually normally are some of your best special team players as well.
That's true.
Yeah, so I feel like you need that for the red zone. You got some fullback. If I can think of one, I don't really know his name, number 42 for the Ravens. Big guy, man. And when he comes
Patrick
in.
Ricard.
Patrick
Ricard.
When he comes in,
303 pounds.
oh, my God. You know that they running the ball, and it's like, hey, you know this guy coming for you. So, man, I feel like you need those guys still. They still effective, but the way the game has changed now, man, they want to pass 30-plus times a game. It's hard to get a fullback.
It's one of the reasons why I love watching the Baltimore Ravens play football. Seriously, right now. With King Henry.
Yeah, now
they
Derrick
put
Henry
King Henry behind Patrick Ricard, and they get into an eye, and here it comes.
Yeah.
Man, that's a challenge.
Yes.
I don't care who you are. That is a challenge on the line of scrimmage.
Yes, it's a big challenge, especially like you said, him and then Derrick Henry running behind him.
Oh, man.
You can't practice that
Is
during
he
the season.
the toughest? Is he the toughest tackle in the league, Derrick Henry?
It's hard to say toughest tackle. Of course, he a big back and everything, but I say when he get in the open field, he probably the toughest tackle in open field because you got some guys that run through that hole and run hard, but when he get in the open field, man, it's hard to tackle Derrick Henry, man. And that stiff arm he got, that's even harder to get
Who
past.
are some of the most difficult backs to bring down? I mean, you know.
You got guys, like you said, you got the guy up there for the Colts. You got guys, Saquon Barkley. I always like to say, man, the way he hit the hole, and then on top of not just the way he can shake you, he can try to run through you a little bit, but Derrick Henry comes to mind because he got so many big runs in the open field, and you see guys trying to get him down, and he's stiff on him and showing that he can actually take it the distance. So
there are some guys that make a business decision.
Yes.
King Henry.
Yes, it is, man. But sometimes, man, you got to make business decisions. I wouldn't.
Oh, no. I know you wouldn't.
But I hopefully their business decision is hitting them low and not just letting them run past them, man. But yeah, that's a big back. It's still some backs in the league, man, that can run hard for sure.
So so along those lines, would you rather, especially like in the second half of a game, would you rather have to chase around like one of those like smaller backs that's like speedy, but they're probably not going to run through you, or a guy like Derrick Henry or James Conner that's probably not afraid to run right at you if he has to?
It depends. It depends on what moment of the game it is and who winning, what's the score. Like I said, I'll be ready, whoever they put out there. But, yeah, when you got a guy like James coming dead at you play after play, and we know James, from watching him play with the Cardinals, he's not going to give up. He's coming at you. You don't really want that, man. If you can avoid that, you can get the skinny back out there to run and catch a few passes out the backfield. Sometimes you'll take that.
You know, one of the things that I love the most, and, again, I didn't play on great teams. I did not. But I went out there and I gave everything that I had. But one of the things that I did love was the fact that when we were able to run the ball and imposing our will on a front seven, it demoralized not only the defense, but the offense, their offense that was standing out. It demoralizes the whole team when you can't stop the other team from running the ball down your throat.
Yes, and that's true.
That's football, isn't it?
That's real football. You can never take that away, man. Running that ball down the throat, hard-nosed football will never change. That's what football will always be. And you can even see on the sideline the quarterback waiting like, man, and you run the clock out a lot too. You keep the offense on the sideline a whole lot when you got the ball like that. So, you know, them guys on the field, on the sideline wanting to get back on the field. So that's big, man. That's big for the team.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that real quick, actually, too. The Cardinals defense was on the field for like the entire first quarter yesterday. So for them to be able to do what they did in the second half, especially after being out there for most of the first quarter in that heat, that's like an extra layer on what they accomplished yesterday.
Yes, and I didn't even think about that until the game started, how hot it is out there, man. But yes, that's an extra layer for sure. And then you can take that in for the next game and for the rest of the season, because it goes back to, hey, man, it ain't how we start, it's how we finish, man. And we went out there, was on the field long for a long time, and then they got a 3-and-out too early on in the game. So I felt like that was good, because San Fran don't usually get too many 3-and-outs. But the defense showed a lot of fight yesterday for sure.
So are you working with anybody? Are you working with some young guys, some young people? Are you mentoring anybody? Just your kids?
Yeah, no, I'm always mentoring people, man. Anybody from the Cardinals or anybody in the NFL can always reach out to me. So, of course, I got a bunch of young guys on the team that I was able to take under my wing when I was a Cardinal. Dennis, Vic, Jesse, Zaven. So, I'm watching it real hard, man. That's why when I watch the outside linebackers, I'm like, go make some plays, man, before I can brag on y'all, man.
Would you ever consider coaching?
Man, I probably wouldn't. You see the time that coaches have to put in.
So true.
Yeah, and you can't be around your family so much. And my son, he plays sports, and my daughter, she plays sports. So I wouldn't say never say never, but because you never know what opportunity you'll take. But not right now. I'm not right now, man.
I'm with you.
Markus Golden's going to stick around for one more segment. When we come back, the Cardinals are 2-0 in the NFC West already. So what are the biggest signs that this team is improving over what they were the last 2 years? It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
The Cardinals defense sent the Niners crowd home early in a huge road win.
What a win for the Cardinals. Coming back, shutting out San Francisco in the second half. A field goal late to give the Cardinals the lead, and then a pick. Kaiser White with pressure from Jalen Thompson to seal the deal.
Cards 2-0 against the NFC West. How you feeling about the victory over the Niners in San Francisco, Bird Gang? Hit the FanDuel text line at 620-620 and share your Cardinals joy. More Cards Niners reaction and victory vibes today on the home of Arizona Cardinals football. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio. So we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
When is the last time you paid less but got more in return? It happens every day if you or a loved one has Medicare Advantage. $0 copays and an average of $2,500 less out of pocket annually, but more benefits like dental, hearing, and vision. More prevention and screenings to keep people healthy. More care for less money. No wonder 33 million seniors choose Medicare Advantage. Visit MedicareAdvantageMajority.org to learn more. Paid for by Medicare Advantage Majority.
Whataburger serves up goodness 24/7 just like you like it. We start cooking when you order. We don't sit around. Your food is done hot, fresh, and right. We do it for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Oh, and did you know we have breakfast from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. every day? Stop by and try our breakfast on a bun or a honey butter chicken biscuit. You won't be disappointed. Download our app for a free Whataburger when you sign up. Whataburger, just like you like it.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. A letter in your mailbox says you could save money bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive. Bad news. You saw it after your teenager backed the car into the mailbox. Dumb news. A new mailbox, basically a box on a stick, costs up to $400. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and go with paperless mail instead. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Hey everybody, Dan Bickley here for Life Changer Loan, and in times of uncertainty, with a giant election looming, you can't afford to not be in control of your finances. Life Changer Loan will give you that control. You'll have the power to pay down, pay off, borrow back whenever you wish, and you will become instantly much more liquid by always having access to your equity. Find out more by calling 480-504-0844 or online at lifechangerloan.com.
Charlie Kirk here. Did you know that almost 35% of men are not registered to vote or just do not vote? Most do not think it will make a difference, but your vote matters. This is not the election to sit on the sidelines. The last election had a race decided by only 280 votes. Register today by going to tpaction.com/vote. Men must get out and lead their families and vote Trump to keep taxes and crime low in Arizona. Don't forget to vote.
Paid for by Turning Point PAC. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
Kick off game day with the mouth-watering taste of Redbird Farms chicken. Humanely raised and cage-free. Redbird Farms chicken is what real chicken tastes like. Whether you're tailgating or hosting a watch party, Redbird Farms will be the MVP of your game day menu. Tackle your hunger with Redbird Farms chicken. Available at Albertsons, Safeway, and Bash's'.
Grill it, fry it, put it in parm. As long as you make it Redbird Farms.
I need a break.
Markus Golden, fondly known by his former teammates as Junk.
I'm hunting every play.
Because he played the game like a junkyard dog.
There's the junkyard dog, Markus Golden.
The recently retired Cardinals, Giants, Steelers, Mizzou linebacker is in the studio to talk NFL with Wolf and Luke.
Welcome into the game, Matt Schaub, as he gets blindsided by Markus Golden and coughs up the football. It's Arizona possession.
All right, we got another segment here with Markus Golden, based on that highlight right there.
Yeah.
Markus, is there like 1 or 2 sacks in your career that stand, like, is there a player you're like, yeah, I definitely sacked him? Like, is there somebody that stands out in your mind?
Of course, you have a few. If I'm gonna think of it like that, you gotta go with Tom Brady, man. Tom Brady. I was able to sack him up there when I played in New York one year, man, and my foam afterwards, you would have thought like that was my 100th sack in my career. Everybody, hey man, you sacked Tom Brady, So that was a big one. And Russell Wilson, man, I was always excited to get him because back in his day, he was hard to get. So when you got him, it was something to celebrate.
Yeah, that's good call. Looking at this game yesterday, they win. They're 2-3 on the season, but they're 2-0 in the division, and they won 1 total game in the division the last 2 years. The Cardinals did so. In that sense, they're already ahead of the curve. And I know you're probably not approaching a divisional game differently necessarily, but now that it's happened and they're 2-0, Markus, I just feel like that opens up a lot of opportunities for this team now, a lot of doors for this team this season.
Yes. And when you talk about 2-0 in division and you talk playoffs, if we got a great chance to keep winning, that we'll be able to have a better shot at the playoffs. And that's big, man. That's big. And that helps with the team identity for sure, man, especially with how we started. And it's all about how you finish. And we went out there and finished yesterday, and they proved, man, we can play with the best of them.
So give me your take on football, period. What is your take on football in the direction of the National Football League?
Like what, in one sense?
In terms of the game itself and how it's played and the physicality of it, which I love so much, yet at the same time, give me your take on that.
Really, man, one thing I learned about playing in the league is going to change year in, out. And I was a guy sometimes be like, man, they protected the quarterback too much. But then as I got a little older, I realized, hey, I would want my quarterback protected too. I don't want guys falling on my quarterback, and now we got to put somebody else in and respect to the backup, but that ain't going to give us the better chance to win. So you start, as you get older, you complain as you're young, be like, man, they more for the offense, but as you get older, you realize I really believe they trying to make the game safer and everything. But one thing we can be all on, you watch social media now, it make you forget sometimes, man, this is a physical game. You got to come out with toughness. You got to be ready to compete every day, and no no matter what you post on social media and all of that, the physicalness of the game is not going to go nowhere. Going to training camp, having to compete for your spot every day, not knowing if you're going to get cut, that don't go away. So you can do whatever you want to do and make it look good and all that, but the guys that's in it, we know what you got to bring. And that's what I love about the game, because the true warrior of the game will never go away no matter what you try to do on the outside.
Yep.
Yeah, Trey McBride, that hit he took yesterday, was that in the first half?
Yes.
Considering everything he's coming back from, he takes that hit and then he pops back up.
Oh,
He's Trey McBride.
Him too, man. Oh my God, I'm so impressed with Trey McBride. I remember going at it with him as a rookie, man. That kid was never scared to go against me. Quick story: I played him with the Steelers, and first play of the game, I look up, he yelling at me, "Yeah, I've been waiting on this. I've been waiting to get you."
Come on.
So, yeah, I'm like, "Dang, man, I thought we was cool, man." But I love, man, where he's trending to, man. I think he got a real bright future.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts on the kickoff? Looking at the kickoff right now, what are your thoughts?
Man, and like I said, I love the fact that they're trying to make the game safer, because you want to make the game safer as best you can. But watching the game, I don't see how it's helping.
Thank you.
I don't see how it's helping.
Thank you. I'm with you on that
Yes.
100%. I just listen. I understand they want to make the game safer for players, and I'm for the players.
Yes.
No doubt about that. Of course, that's great. But I think they're overcorrecting.
Yes.
I think they overreacted on that. I really do. And
I agree.
I understand that they have medical reports. They have stuff right there that supposedly on kickoff cover there's a lot of concussions that happen. A lot more, I should say. But to me, once again, I think it's an overcorrection. I think it's an overreaction because they just don't want it. For me, eliminate the wedge. I got no problem with that.
I agree with that.
Eliminate the wedge, because that means somebody needs to go into that wedge, and that is going to be that. Well,
Thank you, Wedge.
you're welcome. You're welcome very much once again. But I think they're overreacting, and they've overcorrected right now. Any thoughts you have on that?
Yes, I agree with you. Everything you just said is correct, man. It's like, we understand y'all trying, but come on now, calm it down a little bit. And if y'all fix something and y'all think it ain't going right, don't be afraid to go back to the original. So it's just watching the kickoff. It seemed like a lot of guys kicking the ball out, a lot of touchbacks going on, and I don't feel like it's doing what they said it would do for the game.
Okay, so the other question I wanted to ask you as well was Tua Tagovailoa. What would your advice be to Tua Tagovailoa?
It's
suffering all these
these are tough questions you're throwing out here.
Well, I know, but as a player, a guy that just got out.
Yeah. It's tough when you think about it, because me and you both know, if you can't tell a man when he should retire.
That's what I mean.
You can't do that, and that's not my job to do. And I feel like I respect somebody's career. Now, if you ask my opinion, I'll tell the person, man, what do what's best for you. If you know how your body feel, you know if you can handle it, and if you feel like you can handle it. And this, what young guy, Tua just got a big contract. He's a young guy. It's gonna be hard to walk away from that.
I know.
In the game of football itself, man, you just love the routine we was talking about. But I just tell the man to do what's best for him, and talk to your family, talk to your loved ones, and do what's best for you.
Yep.
I got one more Cardinals question for you, because we haven't really gotten to Kyler Murray, believe it or not.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Wolf went down Wolf Avenue. That run yesterday, that 50-yard run where, 7 yards into it, he was already I'm scoring. Have you ever seen anything like that, Marcus, where there was still Niners parallel with him? There was still 43 yards to go, and I didn't take it as he was taunting them. He was just kind of like, I'm going to score on this play.
I like it, man. I like it. I feel like that's who he is, man. He confident in himself. It's a reason why he was a top baseball player, top NFL player, top NFL pick, because of his confidence, man. So I say, get out there and show that, man. Show that swag, show that confidence. Point to the sky when you 50 yards from the touchdown. Go ahead and do that, man, and finish it off. And like you said, that's the identity, man. We confident around here. We know what we can do. And I feel like if you got your number one player, your quarterback acting like that and doing it, everybody else don't got a choice but to follow along Kyler. And I'm glad he's doing that, and I like the swag he's playing with.
What about Marvin Harrison Jr.? What are you seeing from this young guy?
Man, one thing I like about him, how humble he is, man. I love how humble he is, man. Because it's just that quiet humbleness, just like, hey, man, I'm coming for you. I know what I'm about to do.
Isn't it, Marcus?
Yes.
That's strong,
man. Yeah, you can look at him and tell, man, the kid got confidence in himself, that he's going to put the work in, man. And then when you look at his film, you can tell that he can be as great as he want to be, man. If he putting the work in every day and you got a quarterback like Kyler Murray, I feel like those guys the perfect matchup, and we'll be able to see them do a lot of big things in the future. I'm excited to be sitting back watching it, man.
Yeah, that tandem's going to be – I mean, they've already shown flashes of it, right, where it's just, oh, here's 130 yards and 2 touchdowns in 1 quarter. Is that the biggest quality a rookie can have, is just the willingness to put the work in your mind?
Yes. And you can tell that he's one of them guys that's willing to put the work in. His dad, a Hall of Fame player, so you know what he's came up under. And I feel like, man, if he keep working, and like I said, I go back to K1, having a quarterback like K1, and Marvin, the guy you can throw it up to sometimes, too, and just let him go get it, too. So when you got those two type of athletes and you put them together, man, that's a bright future for sure. And I'm excited, too, to see Darius Robinson, man. I'm so excited to see him, man. I love the kid. He went to the University of Missouri where I went to school at. So I'm just sitting here like a big fan, like, man, I can't wait to see him play.
Have you met him yet? Have you?
Yes, I actually met him at Mizzou when I was at Mizzou. Then I met him at the game. I saw him at the game, too. I took a picture with him. I told him he made me look like a little kid. He's so big, man. But I'm just excited. I'm excited to see. I think he got a real bright future. I feel like future double-digit sack guy.
You know, for me, I'm so excited because they really need that. They need a interior penetrator, a guy that can actually do that and get up the field. I think he is that guy. I love the fact he gets in a 4-point stance all the time. He's always, even if he's on the edge, he's down in a 4-point stance. I love that, man. That's mentality, too.
Yeah, he got the dog mentality.
He does.
I watched him at Mizzou, and he did a lot of that at Mizzou, but I think, man, the sky's the limit, man. He put the work in. I feel like he's going to be able to help our organization
And it has nothing to do that he went to Mizzou.
Yeah, yes, it's the D-line zoo. D-line zoo, man. D-line, he bringing D-line zoo back. Anytime a D-lineman come out and get drafted high first, second round, man, I'm always a fan. So I'm glad he keeping it going.
They got to get him back on the field.
I'm a fan of you, bro.
Appreciate you. I'm a fan of you, too, brother. Appreciate
Marcus, we appreciate this, man. This was awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
That's Markus Golden. If you missed any of that, go back certainly and listen to the podcast because Markus Golden was great right there and a great day to talk about football. Have you subscribed to the Wolf and Luke Show podcast? Subscribe right now on your iPhone or Android. You'll never miss any of the show. It's the Wolf and Luke Show podcast brought to you by FanDuel. When we come back, what was the Cardinals